अपने बारे में बताइए मुझे ब्रीफ में।
I am a native of Gurugram district of Haryana. I have done my schooling from my hometown itself. Coming to my graduation, I have done computer engineering from Netaji Subhas Institute of Technology, New Delhi. There I got a campus placement at Publicis Sapient. I worked there as an associate software development engineer for 1.5 years. And currently I am preparing for banking exams. Coming to my family, my father is an ex-serviceman. He has served in Indian Army for 30 years and my mother is a homemaker.
Okay, so you belong to Gurgaon. So tell
Yes,
me, is Gurgaon come under NCR region?
yes, sir, it's a part of NCR.
Okay, how many district of Haryana comes under NCR?
Sir, Gurgaon is there. Faridabad is also in NCR. I think Jhajjar is also in NCR. I'm not sure, sir, like the number of districts.
Okay, total number of districts you're not sure. It's a
Yes.
14. Okay. Uh, International Solar Alliance headquarter is there in Gurgaon. Have you heard this organization? What is this International Solar Alliance?
Yes, sir, it's an initiative of basically India to the objective of International Solar Alliance is to promote the various initiatives, the various international initiatives taken in field of the solar energy. So, like International Solar Alliance, I think it was launched in 2016. I'm not sure about the year.
Okay, so it's the only initiative of India or some any other country also participated.
Sir, I think there was one more country, I think it was France, or I'm not sure about the name, sir.
Okay,
But there was one more country.
it's a France only. How many a smart city in Haryana? Have you heard the first? Tell me, have you heard the scheme about a smart city mission?
Yes, sir. So in India, there are 100 cities.
And what
But
about Haryana?
I'm sorry, sir, I don't know about Haryana.
Okay, only two city from Haryana is come under a smart city. That is a Faridabad and Karnal. Okay. Okay. Achha, you
Okay.
belong to Haryana, but tell me one very important question. Always I read in the newspaper that as per census 2011, Haryana has the lowest sex ratio. What is the reason behind it?
Okay. So, sir, in census 2011, yes, Haryana has the lowest sex ratio. But with various central schemes and the government of Haryana schemes, it has improved now. So I don't think it is the lowest sex ratio state today. So, sir, the reason behind that was basically a natural preference of sons in the family. So, the patriarchal mindset, we can say. So, that's the only the cultural presence in Haryana.
Okay. And any other reason? Only one reason. Any other cause?
As I think that's one main reason that I can think of.
Okay. Then what initiatives have been taken by the government in recent years about the improvement in sex ratio? Can you tell me some in a specific initiative?
Okay. So, sir, like the central government launched Beti Bachao Beti Padhao in 2015. And Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana has also been launched with that aspect only. Sir,
Mhm.
apart from that, Haryana government has also launched like initiatives such as Aapki Beti, Hamari Beti.
Okay, very good, very good. And your hobby is diary writing.
Yes, sir.
तो किस टाइप का डायरी राइटिंग आप करती है? Can you tell me something about this?
So it basically include like noting down the daily life experiences, daily or once in 2-3 days. So basically, I write down whatever I feel is important whenever there is any learning or whenever there is any positivity or any kind of thought that come into my mind. So I simply write it.
Okay, so how it will help you in molding your personality? Is there any impact? Because this is also a type of activity which you do in a free time. So how it can help in develop your personality development?
Sir, I think it's a very productive activity in my opinion. So I have myself felt the change in my personality. So like when I started writing, there was a lot of unstructuring of thoughts in my mind, but after writing I can feel it, right? I'm regularly writing it since last 2 years. So I can see that my the structuring of thoughts is more better now. So this is the first aspect, and second is it helps me to learn from my experience. So whenever I read my diary of the previous days, I can know what mistakes I made, and I'm very cautious about those things in the future.
Okay. From where you inspired for diary writing?
Sir, basically, like when I was in my college, at that time, I just used to, make short notes or something, whatever used to come in my mind. So, but I was not able to track back the previous day's records. So that was the time when I thought about it. But I started writing it since last 2 weeks, when I was also searching for some, sort of self motivation when I started preparing for the government exams. So that preparation needs a lot of patience, and I believe that this hobby has kept me, motivated till now.
Okay. And you're interested in public speaking. What do you understand by public speaking?
Sir, public speaking, if we talk in general, it is basically addressing a group of people. So by public speaking, I personally meant that I was an anchor in my school annual programs, and I also hosted several events in my college as well as in my previous organization.
Okay. You have done graduation, bachelor in engineering from Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Institute.
Yes.
Can you tell me about something? Who was Subhash Chandra Bose?
Sir, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was a great freedom fighter. So uh, basically, he established the Azad Hind Fauj, and apart from that, sir, I think he had great contributions in our in the freedom history of India. He was born on 23rd of January, and now we are celebrating his day as Parakram Divas on 23rd January.
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड। और उनका बर्थ प्लेस क्या है?
Birthplace, I'm sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall that.
ओके। और उन्होंने कांग्रेस का प्रेसिडेंट भी बना है क्या कभी?
Sorry.
कभी उन्होंने कांग्रेस का प्रेसिडेंट भी बने थे क्या? कांग्रेस प्रेसिडेंट भी चुने गए थे क्या कभी?
I'm not sure about that, sir.
ओके। अच्छा, आफ्टर डूइंग इंजीनियरिंग व्हाई यू वांट टू बिकम अ बैंकर?
Yes, so sir, there are multiple reasons after that. So the first reason is that when I was working at Publicis Sapient, so I wanted to have my role was very technical there. I wanted to have a diverse work profile. Sir, second reason is that, as I mentioned, public speaking is my interest. So I love to interact with people. So in the banking sector, I believe that I will get enough opportunities to to interact with public on a daily basis. Sir, the third reason is that, as we can see, the banking sector is adopting technology at a very fast pace. So there are enough learning and growth opportunities in the banking sector.
ओके, तो हाउ योर टेक्निकल नॉलेज विल हेल्प इन द बैंकिंग इंडस्ट्री?
So, sir, firstly, the technical knowledge that we can say that I will be able to know the products very easily. I will be able to adapt to these things. For example, we can see the dominance of UPI in the payment system. The central bank is coming out with central bank digital currency. So, being from the computer science background, I will be able to know these things effectively, quickly also. Sir, second thing is that apart from giving me a technical knowledge, the computer science background has also given me other skills such as logical reasoning, and my decision making and my work experience has also taught me how to work in a team. So basically, that will help me in the banking sector also.
ओके। अच्छा, nowadays there is a very term artificial intelligence in news. What does it mean?
Yes.
Artificial intelligence.
Okay, sir, artificial intelligence basically means developing machines in such a way that they can think and act like human beings. So we are training machines on such data sets that they can perform the tasks that human beings are doing today.
वेरी गुड, बहुत ही अच्छा डिफाइन किया आपने। अच्छा, मेटावर्स क्या होता है? व्हाट इज मेटावर्स?
Sir, metaverse like it is based, I'm not very sure about it, sir, but I think it is based on the principle of decentralization. So the Facebook has adopted this version of metaverse.
Any bank also adapted in recent years?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall that.
Okay. So what's the Internet of Things, IoT?
Sir, IoT means basically various things which are connected over the internet. So they can share data together. For example, today we are using several devices, such as we are using the smart watches, also the wearable devices, any kind of internet devices, digital devices, through which we can share the data among them. That whole term, the whole technology connectively is called IoT, Internet of Things.
Okay. One more term is the robotics. So how robotics will help in banking industry?
Okay. So, sir, I think robotics has application in every sector. If we talk about the banking sector, so basically the first thing that it can spread banking aware, the financial awareness, the financial literacy it can promote. Sir, second thing, robot, for example, if any customer is coming in the bank and there are certain that we can say there can be certain defined questionnaires that we see in the chatbots also. So that way also robot can help. For example, if a person is asking certain query, so we can train the robots in such a way that he is able to provide the resolution of that particular query.
Okay. Financial inclusion क्या होता है? What do you understand by financial inclusion?
Sir, financial inclusion basically means providing financial services, making sure that financial services are available in such a manner that it is accessible to every section of the society, and at the same time it is affordable also.
Okay. Can you tell me two, three schemes of the government regarding this?
Okay, so sir, the biggest scheme for the promotion of financial inclusion is Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. So apart from that, schemes such as Stand Up India and other schemes such as like PM Swanidhi, also the insurance scheme, PM Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, PM Suraksha Bima Yojana. So all these schemes are promoting financial inclusion. And if we talk about the agriculture sector, then one of the biggest scheme is Kisan Credit Card.
When it was started, Kisan Credit Card in India?
Sir, in 1998.
1998. Okay. GST क्या होता है? What do you understand by GST?
Sir, GST means like goods and services tax. So it's an indirect tax. It was started in the year 2016. So basically it's a consolidated tax. So it was formed combining the several taxes that were there. So the GST regime was started in 2016.
Okay. 16 or 17 it introduced. When it introduced?
So the date was 1st July, I think 2017 or 16. I'm getting confused.
Okay. It's a 17 it introduced. So who is called the father of GST in India?
I'm sorry, sir, I don't know.
Okay. Atal Bihari Vajpayee को कहा जाता है, he is called the father of GST. And which was the first country who implemented this scheme?
GST, sir, I can guess it. Like, I think that I have studied somewhere. I think it was Canada. I'm not sure.
Okay, guessing or confirm?
No, sir, I think that I have read it, but I'm not sure about it.
Okay, it's a France. France was the first country which implemented first time. अच्छा, what is payment bank? A small payment bank?
Okay, so sir, payment banks are kind of differentiated or niche banks. So basically, RBI provides two kind of licenses to banks. One is the universal banking license, and second is differentiated or niche banking license. So payment banks come under the category of differentiated or niche banks. They basically provide various financial services to people. But one major difference is that they cannot provide any kind of lending.
Okay, cannot provide any kind of lending. Okay, very good. What is Mudra Yojana?
Sir, Mudra scheme, Mudra is basically a refinancing agency. So PM Mudra Yojana The purpose of PM Mudra Yojana is basically to refinance the banks and the institutions which are providing loans in the MSME sector.
Only
So
SME?
basically,
Only
no, sir,
SME?
MSME or any kind of for any kind of business, it can be provided. So there are basically three kind of loans under Mudra Yojana. Like we have Shishu loan, Kishore loan, and Tarun loans.
ओके एंड क्या है इसमें, कितना कितना मनी
So
दिया जाता है?
it is basically dependent upon the limit that is set there. So for Shishu loan, it is up to rupees 50,000 loans. And in case of Kishore loan, the limit is up to rupees 5 lakh, and Tarun loan is up to rupees 10 lakh.
ओके, व्हाट इज पीएम स्वनिधि योजना स्कीम?
Okay, sir, it stands for Street Vendor Atmanirbhar Nidhi. It was launched in 2020. So it's a scheme by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. So, sir, it was launched in at the time of COVID-19 when street vendors were also getting affected. So it basically provides a collateral-free loan of up to rupees 10,000 loan is provided to the street vendors so that they can start their business, they can start their shops, or basically can use it for any kind of working capital.
Okay. Recently electoral bond was in news, so what, first tell me what do you understand by electoral bond and why it was in news?
Okay. Sir, electoral bond is basically a kind of promissory instrument. So it is issued by the State Bank of India, and basically any resident of India can buy it, and the proceeds from the electoral bond goes to the political parties. So the purpose of electoral bond is basically giving any kind of donations to the political party. So, sir, it was collapsed. The scheme was scrapped by the Supreme Court of India. That is why it was in news. So it was collapsed because it was declared as unconstitutional. The Supreme Court said that it's a violation of right to information under Article 19(1)(a).
Very good. अच्छा ये बताइए आप कि इन for the last some days farmers are protesting at your Haryana border. What is the cause?
Yes,
What are their demands?
so there are several demands which have been put up by the farmers. So the foremost demand is that they want the legalization of MSP, and at the same time they also want the MSP value to be set according to the Swaminathan formula that MS Swaminathan has given. So there are other demands also, such as they want a monthly pension for the farmers whose age is 58 years and more. Then they also want the several cases which are on the farmers because of the 2020 protest. They also want that those cases are taken back. Apart from that, they also have several other demands such as withdrawal of the electricity amendment bill, and there are several other demands, sir. One demand is also related to the MG Narega employment, like farmers should be provided 200 days of employment and the minimum wage should be rupees 700 per day.
Okay. Which recently, how many people got Bharat Ratna award?
Sir, 5 eminent personalities got Bharat Ratna.
Can you tell me their name?
Yes, sir. So first was Dr. MS Swaminathan. Second is Shri PV Narasimha Rao. And third is Shri Chaudhary Charan Singh. Fourth is Shri Lal Krishna Advani. And fifth is Shri Karpuri Thakur.
Okay. Who was Karpuri Thakur? Why he got Bharat Ratna?
Sir, he was the former Chief Minister of Bihar.
And उनका रोल क्या था? कोई particular initiative जो लिए थे?
Sir, role, I have studied it, but I am not able to recall it. Like, what exactly was his contribution?
Okay. अच्छा, अंडर भारत रत्न कितना प्राइस मनी होता है?
Sir,
प्राइस मनी कितना होता है?
there is no money which is involved in the Bharat Ratna. It's a medal. Basically, there is no monetary benefit which is given.
Okay, very good. आप ये बताइए कि कोई फॉरेनर्स को भी मिल सकता है क्या भारत रत्न?
Sir, generally it is given to Indians, but it has been earlier given to Mother Teresa and Nelson Mandela also. They were foreigners basically.
Okay. मदर टेरेसा ने इंडियन सिटीजनशिप ले रखे थे, तो he was an
Yeah.
Indian. उनको मिला। और हालांकि वो युगोस्लोवाकिया की रहने वाली थी। और दो लोगों का अभी तक मिला है फॉरेनर्स को, एक जो है वो अब्दुल गफ्फार खां, और
Uh,
सेकंड जो आपने सही बताया नेल्सन मंडेला। ठीक है। एनईएफटी और आरटीजीएस में क्या डिफरेंस है?
okay, so sir, RTGS stands for Real Time Gross Settlement, and NEFT is National Electronic Fund Transfer. So both are the methods of electronic fund transfer. One major difference is that in case of RTGS, there is a minimum limit that we can transfer funds only above rupees 2 lakh, while in case of NEFT, there is no minimum or maximum transfer. Maximum limit, there is no minimum or maximum limit. Sir, the second difference is that in case of RTGS, it's the real time payment system. So whenever I am making any transaction, it is getting transferred immediately, transaction by transaction. Uh, that is happening, transferring is happening. While in case of NEFT, the transactions are happening on a batch basis. So in a 24 hours, there are 48 half hourly batches. So the transactions are clubbed together, and in that way they are being like settled. So it is done on the batches manner. It is not real time.
ओके। अच्छा, अगर मैं आपसे पूछूं कि व्हाई यू आर नॉट प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर सिविल सर्विसेज, आर यू इंटरेस्टेड इन सिविल सर्विसेज और ओनली इन बैंकिंग इज योर गोल?
Okay. So, sir, like my goal is getting into the banking sector. I explained the reason earlier that the banking sector is adopting technology at a very fast pace. And that's why I find myself being from the technical background that I will be a good fit there. Sir, coming to UPSC, when I started my preparation, I gave it a thought. But at that point of time, I checked the optional subjects in the UPSC and I realized that computer science is not an optional there. So, sir, at that point of time, I felt that taking any subject, I was not able to decide which optional subjects will I be able to pick. And taking it up to the graduation level, I found that the preparation of banking sector will be more feasible for me.
ओके। बट मेनी इंजीनियर्स आल्सो क्रैक यूपीएससी एग्जाम्स ना।
So, sir, it was basically the mix of two things, like the feasibility that I saw, and second was the interest towards the banking sector as well.
ओके। हु इज योर रोल मॉडल?
And sir, my parents are my role model.
ओके। तो यू नेवर गॉट इंटरेस्ट कि मैं भी आर्मी में जाऊं और सर्व करूं नेशन को, डिफेंस सर्विस में जाऊं? आपको ऐसा मन नहीं हुआ कभी?
Sir, basically, when I was in my school, I also used to think that maybe I will also become an army officer one day. So, but when I grew up and I also got to know more about my interests, I realized that I want to live in the society, live among the people, and then serve them. So, my interest is to live among the people only, to communicate with them directly. But I have great respect for the armed officers like who are serving in Indian Army, Navy, and Air Force.
ओके। अच्छा, ये बताइए आप कि बैंक में तो कभी कभी आपको 8 o'clock 9 o'clock तक आपको रुकना पड़ेगा। हाँ, तो हाउ विल मैनेज द टाइम, मतलब प्रोफेशनल लाइफ एंड पर्सनल लाइफ, हाउ विल मैनेज?
सर, सबसे पहले तो लाइक मुझे लगता है कि अगर हम प्रोडक्टिव रहेंगे, मतलब अपने टास्क के अंदर जो भी हम कर रहे हैं, तो पहली तो मेरी कोशिश यही रहेगी सर कि अपने एक्सपीरियंसेस से सीख के, और जो मेरे आसपास लोग हैं जो और काम कर रहे हैं उनके एक्सपीरियंसेस से सीख के, सबसे पहले तो मैं इतना प्रोडक्टिव रहूं कि मैं अपने काम को टाइम पर कंप्लीट कर पाऊं। सर, सेकेंडली मेरी कोशिश ये रहेगी कि अगर बिकॉज ऑफ मतलब एनी रीजन अगर मुझे रुकना भी पड़ रहा है 8-9 बजे तक, तो आई थिंक मैनेज हो सकता है। मतलब आज की जो मतलब लाइफ है, टेक्नोलॉजी वगैरह इतनी ज्यादा है, तो अगर जैसे हम घर पे भी जाते हैं उसके 8-9 बजे के बाद भी सर काफी ज्यादा टाइम रहता है। मतलब जैसे अभी मैं प्रिपरेशन कर रही हूँ, तो अगर अभी हम देखें कि 8-9 बजे के बाद मतलब अगले दिन आपको 10 बजे आना है, तो हमारे पास बेसिकली 14 आवर्स है। तो अगर हम इफेक्टिवली यूज करना चाहें तो उस टाइम को बहुत अच्छे से यूज कर सकते हैं।
और अगर आपका पोस्टिंग सपोज तमिलनाडु में मिल जाता है, केरला मिल जाता है, तो विल यू ज्वाइन द बैंक?
Yes, sir, I will definitely join. Basically, I do not take it. I basically take it as an opportunity rather than a challenge. Sir, for me, like I have always lived in Delhi NCR, so I take it as an opportunity that I will be able to explore the culture and the region of other areas also, other states in India also.
एंड आफ्टर 20-25 years आप कहाँ देखती हैं अपने आप को बैंक में?
Okay, sir, basically, like after 20-25 years, I see myself working at a management position because as we have seen, the people who have been hired at the bank PO post, so they have reached up to the management level. So I also see myself to be at the top management position.
ओके, योर इंटरव्यू इज ओवर
Okay,
आरजू।
sir.
और मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि आपका इंटरव्यू बहुत अच्छा था। योर कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल इज वेरी गुड, यू आर वेरी गुड स्पीकर, जैसे आपने बताया। ठीक है। और सारे सवालों का जवाब बहुत ही अच्छा से आपने दिया। आपका नॉलेज, बैंकिंग नॉलेज, करंट अफेयर्स नॉलेज बहुत ही अच्छा है। और आपने काफ़ी अच्छा से सब चीज़ को हैंडल किया, सारे क्वेश्चन को आपने बहुत ही अच्छे से हैंडल किया। आपकी पर्सनालिटी में एक बहुत ही अच्छा बैंकर बनने का रिफ्लेक्ट होता है आपसे बातों से, आपके आर्गुमेंट से। और बाकी सब बहुत बढ़िया है, बस आप इसको कंटिन्यू करें। और मेरी तरफ से ऑल द बेस्ट। मुझे लगता है आप बहुत ही अच्छा कैंडिडेट है, बहुत अच्छा आपको मार्क्स मिलेगा इंटरव्यू में। यू आर
Okay,
एक्सलेंट
sir.
कैंडिडेट फॉर द बैंकिंग। So this time I think
Okay.
you will get through. Definitely you will get through.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
ठीक है, बेस्ट ऑफ लक।
Sir, one question I